to another edition of video here in My Amigo Like. We're running this live very late at night because, well, it's been a busy day. So the reason I wanted to show these to you guys is I just happened to acquire this piece. I came in today. I was pretty excited about it, and I'll tell you why in a moment. Let's go back in time a little bit to the 1970s when G.I. Joe and Barbie were main players. Big Jim, Steve Austin's $6 Million Man, Mego Action Jackson, a few others. And these action figures were just played with by, no, Dr. Durant, the call-in show. It is not today. That's next week. So we go back in time. These figures were pretty much the mainstay of our childhood. Now, one of the things that Sears loved to do is they loved to take, well, let's just say sets that were created in the spirit of or accompanying to other action figures out there. So where G.I. Joe by Hasbro was pulling in dollars and Mattel's Barbie and Big Jim and so on, if we take a look, there were a lot of knockoff figures such as you see in the picture here, LJN's Mr. Action is at the helm of the Sears Space Command Center. LJ Mr. Action was that, as David Eon says from Open by Chance Vintage Toys, is that he was that figure that your grandmother used to get for you on Christmas or your birthday when they thought they were getting a deal on a G.I. Joe because they didn't know any better. And they walk into the local Woolworths or Five and Dime, and there you have it. The new G.I. Joe, which actually turned out to be just a knockoff figure. A cheaper version, Mr. Action incident was made by LJN, who's been making wrestling figures for a long time and a bunch of other toys. But this Space Command Center, it's a really cool piece. I'll tell you why as we go through this. But you can see on the cover that we've got this. I'm gonna put a little more light in here. Actually, probably be a little better. Shed a little light on the subject, if you will. And there we go. Now we can see a little better. All right. So, Mr. Action Space Command Center. So, and Sound Studio. So, basically, it's two toys in one, if you will. Actually, it's more than two toys in one. It's a few toys in one. There's several pieces in here. Some of the pieces are you have this backdrop. One side is this space set. And if you take a quick look, we got a little bit of what could be perhaps maybe Star Wars or Battlestar Galactica, maybe a little Space 1999 going on. And you have this console, and you can see there's this microphone that's plugged into a jack. We'll go over that in a minute. There's this plastic microphone, Mr. Action, who is a quite poorly posable figure. Coming back in time and save Kennedy. Excellent question, Dr. Durant. Probably, but then history would be all messed up, and we wouldn't have the wonderful, ooh, he almost took a fall. We wouldn't have the wonderful history and all those conspiracy theories and so on. The LJ and Dune figures, those actually would be pretty cool. Those were in the 80s, weren't they, Rich? I think as Dr. Durant says, I think the Brian Sanchez, Sancheroni, Sancho Mahini, Sancho Ruski, Sancho Ronsky, Sancho, Pancho Sancho. Give me a Sanchez sandwich. It is a really cool set. So it's got some pretty cool pieces to it, but it's got a little bit of plastic stuff. It comes with this chair. It's got these crazy orange and yellow colors. There is a floor to it. I'm gonna go a little closer for a moment. On the back side, I don't know if I'm gonna take it, you have this rock studio or sound studio. You can change it so you've got basically these reel-to-reel tapes. And over here, I believe, is Dr. Durant back in the day when he was in his polyester leisure suit, getting ready to go out on Saturday night for the the big Saturday Night Fever showdown. Yeah, but yeah, so Rich or Dr. Durant, you're right. The 80s, the Dune figures were very, very cool. I don't have any of them. I don't even have the new ones. How difficult is this to find? It's not easy, I could tell you that. There are some up on eBay. Somebody wants over $400, which I thought was absolutely just a rape. Then there's a bunch of broken pieces and so on. I have a few of them. I have a tendency, as you know, because you know me pretty well, to get a little obsessed with duplicates and so on. And I like them, and I find one's a little bit better shape. One of these I picked up, and David always says don't, he doesn't do prices, and it kind of skews things sometimes. But one of them I picked up for $75, mostly complete. The first one I picked up, I think it was over $200, and that was mostly complete. And then the third one, I think I paid about $100 for. It was Dr. Dre meets the Phantom of the Disco. That's pretty funny. So yeah, so it was a Sears set. You could, I believe, buy it in the store, but I think that you probably also get a mail order. I mean, they've got all these really cool space graphics and so on. It's 3 entertaining toys in one, sold by Sears Roebuck, made in Hong Kong. Here we go. Here's some. Let me get the other box. This box is a little bit. One's a little bit. Stay right there. Let's not go falling over. The pieces inside are extremely fragile. They're that really cheap plastic. So here's our our setup. You've got this cool little console, which also goes into the set. So you've got the sound studio for you to pretend your star is cutting a record. That would be Dr. Duran singing William Shatner, singing Frank Sinatra songs at the Olive Garden. Space Center, where your space hero can be head of mission control. And you can see the backdrops are pretty cool. You can even swap the backdrops around a little bit. They have a bunch of different backdrops. So it's a sound studio for your doll with printed backdrops, control console, play microphone, and chair. Change the backdrop and become Space Center mission control, and your space hero is running the show. Turn on the AM solid state radio built into the console. Pick up the authentic look of microphone and sing along. Your voice is amplified. So basically, I mean, they scaled it for 12-inch dolls. That's why Mr. Action's here. He's a very cheap knockoff, but a lot of times these knobs are broken. This one's actually a little loose. The guy sold it as it's in good shape. So basically, what happens is you can see it snapped off in here, but there's a plastic clip that goes here so you can have this microphone. I have it in at least 1 or 2 of these boxes. The microphone actually works. It plugs into this mic jack up here. I mean, this is about as 70s as it gets. You have 2 switches. You have a PA system where you can use the microphone to project your voice. So when Dr. Durant's doing his show, you could call in with the loud voice. Someone left a cake out in the rain. The radio sing-along is pretty funny because you've got this AM radio tuning here, and with the microphone you can sing along. It's one of the original karaoke machines. This is to plug just the plastic microphone in, which you see in the picture here. We have an on-off volume button. There's some pretty cool graphics for the stickers. Turning it around, this is, what the hell was this for? I forgot what this is for. Jesus Christ. You can actually plug a headset into here if you like, and I'll show you what that's about in a minute. And then the back, there was the door is missing on this one I have, but this one actually, it's a 9-volt battery and it has this really cool handle. So you're like, well, what is that for? Well, that's so you can pick this up, can walk down the street with your headphones in. And remember, back in the 70s, those headphones were pretty big. You can wear your roller skates, those big white roller skates with the big pink or green wheels or blue wheels, wherever they had, or maybe they were clay. And this was your original Sony Walkman to AM radio. So what we're going to do, the guy says it works. He picked up AM stations. I don't think there's a whole lot of those left, to be honest with you, but let's get the battery on. Then the battery would be hidden inside. And let's see if we can pick anything up. Wow, I can't believe anybody still transmits on AM radio. Not only do they transmit, but who the hell pays to advertise on it? Let's keep tuning. Wow. So surprisingly,
HD3, Egg Harbor City, Town Square Media Station.
I think this should be the new theme song to the Dr. Durant channel. I think it is. I mean, this thing's actually, it's picking up stations. I can't believe it. So usually these controls are so sensitive, and over time they get really.
Your phone. What's happening? The president talks to President Putin of Russia. See this conflict come to an end? Moody's has down.
Well, there you go. We got music. Midnight to 3 in WRANT. So this one's a little loose. It's just a knob. You pull it off. And I've actually opened one of these up. Because sometimes you want to see what's built in there. I mean, it's about the crappiest. It's just a little crappy radio in this mod styled controller. But there it is. That's your original Walkman. So this actually should be in here. Like I said, this one doesn't have the cover on it. There is a little door that goes on there. You'd have a clip here that holds the microphone. Oops, here. Holds the microphone so you could take them. I have the microphone. It's really funny how cheesy it is. This is, like I said, it's just the clip. And then you use a PA system with the mic. I got 2 turntables and a microphone. Yeah, well, way before that. I mean, it's pretty funny, but there's your little, whatchamacallit. Like I said, it comes with the chair. It's just a yellow plastic chair, microphone. A lot of times these pieces are broken. These, actually, one of these, I have some of them. They're very fragile inside. There's, I think, yeah, there's even, I don't know if you guys can see it here, but there's even a little microphone stand here. Well, how about that? There you go, a little red bone for you there, Dr. Durant. So, to be honest with you, this is a really cool set. The problem is they're not easy to get. One day I'm going to just do an episode on all Sears playsets that are hard to find. Not all, but many. Because I have a few others that are actually pretty cool, the airport set and so on. But it's really cool. So it's got the cardboard sets. Let me see. The problem is when you open these, trying to get them back together is a nightmare. And I'm not sure which one has all the good parts and which one doesn't. Plus, once they go in, it's a pain in the ass. Okay, so fuck it. Let's open it. I'll show you everything inside. Why not? It's like the midnight show over here. WMEGOLIKE. So here's your plastic chair. I mean, it's that really fragile plastic, so you have to be very, very careful. Because you don't want to snap it, break it. The good thing is, because of the type of plastic, if I remember correctly, the like plastic, what do you call it? Like plastic weld type stuff works here. Here's the cards. Let's pull these out. We'll take these out of the box for you guys. All right. So you pick what you want. You've got this on-air. God, I hope I have enough battery to do all this. All your indigenous brothers and sisters. You've got the 70s headphones here. I guess that's supposed to be this is supposed to be a stereo. Got some maracas on the back. You've got the on-air gauges. And that's, I guess, it's supposed to be outside the studio, so you're looking in through the window to Dr. Durant performing. We'll show you his picture in a moment. There's a little more with your very cool, up-to-date analog clock, your reel-to-reel system. And here's the back. This shows some of the space stuff in the back. Now, I'm going to say this. This is all painted artwork. It's like an old comic book, right, which I thought was pretty cool. Start, landing. Got some cool stuff here and whatever, but this is the cool stuff. I mean, look at this smoke coming out of this. I'm not sure. I guess that's going away. It's an interesting. There's your flying saucer. Surface of some planet. All right, Dr. Durant, I'm going to have to show this one. And this is stepping back in time. Here we have Dr. Durant when he was in the band Sweet Butter back in the day. Do you know which one he is? I'll let you guess. But look at this. Got the musical instruments. Kind of funny. And here's the back of the other one. This one reminds me a little about Space 1999, maybe. And then you've kind of got these controls. It's supposed to look like these are like a, recessed area you can go into. And I guess this was the early days. That was the early days of insertable computer programs. All right, what else? Okay, here's another one. So you get to choose which one you want. Then you've got this one, which is pretty neat. You've got these space cities floating in these bubbles, if you will. I got this ship down here. Flipping over to the back, you've got, well, these guys are, I can't tell if this guy's shooting or if he's throwing a rope or something, but you've got two dudes. You got this kind of old spaceship looking thing. I thought they're actually pretty cool, to be honest with you. Okay, and these are just the floors. The floors are either, you've got this floor, this kind of wooden studio floor, or you have this space center. I don't know if this has all the parts in it or not, and this might have some broken ones, but, oh, okay. All right, so this is actually a good set to choose, so I'll show you. All right, so here's the plastic microphone. I mean, you can see how huge they got it. And this actually just snaps in there. That's all it does. I'm not putting it in because it puts pressure into the paper. These are the clips, clear as you can see, that kind of hold the walls together. And here's your microphone. And I don't even think this doesn't even need a, let's see. Here we go. Roger, ooh. Roger, right on. Let's see if this works. Ooh, terrible. Roger, right on. Ooh. Terrible, terrible, terrible. All right, well, we're going to take that out. I mean, it's just an old, what's that, 3.5-inch plug, I think? No, it's probably bigger than that. It's just such old electronics. Dr. Durant, please report to the Space Command Center and Sound Studio in aisle 7. Brian Sanchez, pick up aisle 6. There it is. Welcome to, I think I'm going to do all the YouTube videos with this. Welcome to Migo Like. We're going to do all our videos with this old ass radio system. Woohoo! Wow. I said, I get spaced. So anyways, you get this really long cord. I think it's about 5 feet or so. So you can really have a party with your friends. Imagine Saturday night, you're hanging out home. You don't have a car. There you go. You just bring out the microphone, the Space Command Center, and you have a party. All right. So that's some of the parts. I don't think I have a clip. So that's what the clip actually would go here, and then it just holds that in there. But like I said, they get super fragile. Try and keep them well wrapped. I don't even know if I opened this one, to be honest with you, because this one's really well packed, and it's a lot better than what I would have packed. Okay, so here's another one I have. This one actually has the door on it. Okay, I think that's it in this set. Some of the other sets do have some other pieces and are missing some pieces. This one doesn't. So here's another one. This one might not be functional. I said it's very old, just very, very old electronics. It's just an old AM radio in in this case, if you will. Just like the one my grandpappy had. Okay, so let's see. Even this one's broken. They're all broken. Oh, this broken clip. This one seems to be handle. Oh, this one doesn't have the door. I thought this one had the door. All right. One of them I have has the damn door on it. This one doesn't either. I wonder if this one even works. Should we try it? Wow, that was some heavy stuff. And just, I guess, depending on how good the electronics are, we're going to see if this actually works. Let's see. Okay, it's on. Oh. You can hear it's just very old, fragile. Yeah, this one I'm not hearing any stations. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, we got a lot of static. I don't think the radio portion is working on the knobs bad. But I mean, like, are you seriously gonna go play this thing? Fuck no. Like I said, there is a microphone stand. There's the clip that holds it in there. One of them I have has it. I just don't remember which one it is. It's probably the one that's kind of bulging out a little bit. And it's a pain because these things are made to, let's get the battery up there, pretty much made to just fit in the box. And then, you wrap them in bubble wrap to protect them and shit. You want to get enough in there so they don't get broken because the plastic's so crappy. And then they don't want to fit the same, right? It's kind of a pain. But I thought they were pretty cool. It's a pretty neat set. They are not easy to find. You could probably go on eBay and look now. There were one or two people selling them, but this just happened to be the radio. I was like, the radio looked nice. He said it worked, and it does work. He said, oh, I got AM stations on. I'm like, okay, well, that's cool. Because even if I didn't need a replacement one of these sets, all these radios at some point are going to go. And I thought that was just kind of a cool piece to have to step back in time with, to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, now I got to see if I can get all this stuff back in the box, which is the fun part. Brian Sanchez, what do you think of the Space Command Center and Sound Studio Radio? Are you and Rich starting your own private chat group and Facebook group for it? You start your own Facebook group all about the Sears Space Command Center. You could put a watermark on it so that it looks like you own all of it, and nobody else can use it because you watermark it. You could do that. So it's they're out there, like I said. If anybody's really if you're really looking for one, I don't think Rich really wants one, but if you are really looking for one, I look through these things all the time. Like I get notifications for them and stuff. And I've had a couple where like one guy has one. I think he wanted $400. And honestly, it wasn't, I don't remember, but I don't remember if it was complete, but I don't think it was any better than any of the ones that I had. And I'm like, dude, that's a lot of money. Would you go a little less? No, I'm not going any less. I was like, all right, man, no worries. No worries. I was trying to see if I had, okay, so this one, it's going to be hard to see, but this one has the door. You see, there's no gap. This one has the door. It's got the buttons. I've seen these, most of the time the buttons are broken off or something like that. So again, they are not easy to, oh, this one's actually pretty cool. Hold on. I'm not going to take this apart. I remember this one. Let's put the light on so you guys can see it. I don't even know if I have enough battery. See, this one actually has the cardboard insert in it still. You see it? Right down here. It's got the cardboard insert. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, you can see the chair is not even wrapped, but clearly I don't have it in properly because the box is bulging a little bit, and I don't think it's supposed to be doing that. So I got something going on there that's not right, but regardless, fuck it, let's pull it out. What the hell? Take it out. Let's see. It might not be in right. Might be a good time to correct it. Yeah, so this one's missing parts. I mean, I haven't seen anything like loose parts on this thing. In all honesty, there we go. This console that's right here, that's about the only thing I've found loose so far. That's the only thing I found loose. I think this is for the chair. I thought this was for the chair. I don't even remember now. Does the chair go like this? Does it not go like this? Which way does it go? I don't know. Which way does it go? You're a hoe. I don't know. I don't remember which way this is supposed to go. But, oh, maybe like this. That's probably how it went in, maybe. I don't know. I really don't know how this chair goes in. I feel kind of dumb. Maybe this comes off. Oh, maybe this might come off. I don't know. I'm not pulling it apart. Let's just leave it at that. So we're going to put it back in, and we're going to get them back together. But it's, oh, there goes the low battery indicator, kids. And, yeah. So they're very, very cool. If you don't have one, don't worry. It's okay. You can find one. Remember, the toy gods love you too. But they are pretty cool. I thought they're pretty neat. I love that they got Mr. Action on it. I mean, it's so sad when you see stuff like that because Mr. Action's such a bad G.I. Joe ripoff. I mean, he really is, but you could use this for your G.I. Joe if you wanted. That's always a possibility, or whatever else. Like it says 12-inch dolls. Now remember, they didn't always call them action figures back in those days. And Sears wasn't too concerned about calling it an action figure because if they could get anybody to buy it, boy or girl, they would. And this was all about selling to boys and girls. So that, let's see, get that in there without fucking it up. For boys and girls, let's try that again. No, that's not the way it goes. How about one more time? For boys and girls. So that, I can't really tell the way this went. So we're just going to put the chair in there for now. But they wanted to sell to both. And Sears did that quite a bit with some of their sets. And it was fun. It's a lot of good times. There we go. I want to get less of a bulge in there. So there's our Sears Space Command. I need the microphone. Center, center, center. But yeah, they're pretty neat. Like I said, I like having them. They're fun sets. They're unusual. It's that weird shit you find in Sears. I can imagine the day where the glory days, Sears, you're right. Imagine the days where these would just be stacked up on a shelf, 10, 20 high. Back in the old days of the Aurora models on the shelves, that kind of stuff. And it's just cool stuff. It's a shame. The artwork's really, really good. I think, I agree with you, Rich. I think the artwork is probably why I really like the box so much. Like, it's a neat set, don't get me wrong, but the artwork is fantastic. And they slap Mr. Action in there, who's pretty bad. It's really funny. The Mr. Action that they use is a very poorly posable figure, but I got a bunch of them from Mick Drago over in Germany. And they had their own version, Mr. Action. I think he had a different name because he's probably made 100 different times, but he's got he's very posable, bendable wrists, feet, knees, elbows, everything. With Mr. Action here was kind of like a shoulders, hips, just kind of leg, one direction movement. But yeah, there they are, the Sears Space Command. Center, 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 center. All right, I'm going to end this and put this shit back because it's getting late. I can't believe I do these videos at fucking midnight. Anyway, now that Sears is a thing of the past is definitely, yeah, you're right. I forget about that Sears is gone. Didn't Sears buy Kmart? Did Kmart buy Sears or Sears bought Kmart? Sears bought Kmart, right? And even that, Kmart going back to Kresge, and I was doing a Durham Industries figure video the other day, and I never realized one of the markings. So they had Durham Industries, they had FW Woolworths, and then they have one for Kresge's. I never knew that until I looked. I just never noticed it till the other day. So that was pretty neat. But there you have it. All right, let's close this. What's that? Sears bought Kmart, ran it. Yeah. It's a shame. Kmart used to be the hot spot, right? Kmart was the joint. And then they went to shit. When Amanda was a baby, that's pretty much where I bought all her Sesame Street clothes. They're always on sale for like $5. I mean, she was 3 years old. She loved Sesame Street. And it was easy because they were inexpensive. But they had a cool little toy section, and then everything else just got worse and worse. I do miss those days. There was actually a place here. There used to be a big Toys R Us in the next town over, about 5 minutes down the road. And now it's an Ocean State job lot, which is kind of like a mini Walmart without the fresh produce, if you can call Walmart's produce fresh here. But it's funny going in it now with her, grown up, and it was Toys R Us. I'm like, oh, that's where we used to go. Used to love it. And I wasn't really collecting back then. If I only knew then what I knew now. So anyway. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Whatever you do, Walmart's produce. Whatever you do, don't subscribe. Leave hate messages. That's a great way to get my attention. And while you're at it, that guy, Dr. Durant, said he loves when people leave negative postbacks on his YouTube channel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. Go check out some of these other channels. Go check out Dr. Durant's Sanctum, which Rich does a lot of really good videos. He puts a lot of effort into them. Johnny Shedrick's MIB Master Toy Museum, which is, Johnny says he's sick. He has nothing but unboxed, never opened mitten box figures. There's David Eon's Open by Chance Vintage Toys. That's great. I mean, Christ, I think last year there were 3,000. I think he's over 12,000 people now. Him and LPH just grew. It's insane. And there's a few others out there. Actually, there's a lot of them out there. Go check them out and see what's out there. By the way, Sanchez, see the Charlie Jet. I gotta get a Joe pilot outfit for that. I don't want to put a Mr. Action in there. I want to get a G.I. Joe with a pilot outfit to go in there. So that's my next big thing that I'm going to work on there. So anyway, all right, everybody, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'm going to end this. I'm going to say thank you. And as Brian Sanchez would say, adios, domo arigato, ciao, ciao, domo arigato. Oh, my God, I'm fucking losing it. I'm exhausted. He would just say, see you later. All right, be good. Peace.